Hello, it's Dr. Rogini. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to talk about today in terms of how to shift your health from a poor state to a vibrant state. As a chiropractor over 17 years, I have years and years of clinical experiences with my patients, and I've seen this over and over again. Your health matters based on your thought. Like your thoughts create your health. Okay? Your health is a result of your thoughts and your actions and how much you believe about yourself and how fast you think you will heal. This is very deep, and I want to share this because I've been seeing this over and over again. In the clinical practice, we work with a lot of symptoms. We see a lot of wellness patients. We also work with people who want to upgrade their life to a level that they want to reach to next level. Okay, so we have various kinds of cases. I don't want to call it cases, but in terms of various kinds of desires people have. So your desire right now at this moment might be to reach to a state from a poor healthy state to a healthy vibrant state. Maybe you have tried a lot of different things like eating healthy, exercising, waking up a little earlier, resting well, taking some supplements, whatever that is for you, and whatever works for you. That's amazing, but you want to get to another higher level. To get to that level, you have to be able to see how you communicate with yourself and with others, and how you perceive the information that you receive from the world, and how you integrate it and process it. So if you look at my previous videos, I've talked about the nervous system. Your nervous system constantly adapts, constantly is evolving based on your thoughts, how you think. If someone around you is constantly in a negative state, you start to believe that negative state, and you start to take that in, and your nervous system starts to believe it. This is why it's important what you take in and how you talk to yourself on a regular basis. That's where you have control. You don't have control over other people around you. You don't have control over what's in the media. You don't have control on how people think, but you have control over your own thoughts and your mind. So if you want to shift to another level, and again, I tell you this, it happens over and over again, and I want to share this, and I hope you will take this and transform your health. Okay? Just before I want to continue talking about this, I want to share that I am releasing pre-recorded 30 days videos for 30 days that you can watch and transform from a poor health state to a rich health and vibrant state. Okay? All these 30 videos is all about shifting internally. But how do you shift internally is through seeing things and talking to yourself in a whole new level. And you probably have tried through reading books, being in groups with other mentors, and sometimes you could have outgrown that, and you feel like you want to reach to another level that is much more deeper to a level where you feel like you want to shift inside of you, that at the cellular level, like it's like deep wisdom. Okay? And the reason why I'm sharing this as well is when I was younger, this is about 20 years ago, I was searching for that answer inside of me. I was looking, first of all, outside. I was reading a lot of books. I was experimenting through meditation, through reading a lot of evolutionary books, psychology books, and scriptures and religion, just to get deeper within me, to tap into that power that we all have. But through those experiences, I came to realize that it's all to do with your mind. At the end, our mind is much more powerful than anything else. And if we feed our body with a whole new level of mindset, whole new level of self-talk, we can actually transform our body, and we can transform our life as well. Because when our body transforms, our nervous system starts to rewire, it starts to transform, and then we also emit whole new level of frequency, a whole new level of energy that transforms our families, our children, our partner, everything else. That's how powerful we are as human beings. So with time, through my experiences, clinical experiences, I've seen the results also changing with my patients. I've seen the results much more faster. And before, it may take more visits, but now I've noticed in few visits I can see the results. What has changed? Then I realized it's the energy of how I see life and how I view life has improved, has evolved. So imagine we as humans start to think differently and see things differently, our life is going to evolve even further. But in order to evolve that far or keep evolving, we have to first acknowledge where we are. We have to see ourselves first, see our truth at this moment, and see where we are weak and where we are strong, and shift that weakness into strength, and see the darkness, transform the darkness into light. So it takes practice and time to do that. So in terms of your nervous system is everything to you. It's like the gateway to higher consciousness. It's like the pathway to higher perception. And your nervous system is protected by your spine. It's protected by that bone. And as a chiropractor, what we do, we actually find where the bone is misaligned and where it's distracted, is under stress, which is called also subluxation. Subluxation means there's less light going into that area. That's what we correct. As we start correcting this area, your body starts to transform because it sends upgraded signal to the brain. The communication is upgraded. Okay? And now on top of that, you're talking to yourself in a higher way, in a thoughtful way, in an abundant way, in a prosperous way. What will happen is your nervous system is going to rewire and create a new way of communication. So your electrical charge is going to shift. It's going to expand. It's going to be more magnetic. And that's what we feel with the gurus and yogis in the past. Or if you met a guru, their energy is so different because they've done the techniques. They have done the heart-centered work. They have done the cleansing the aura. They have done sacrifice where they don't sacrifice. They have sacrificed themselves where they had a particular diet. It's not about the diet. It's the fact that they didn't let their senses dominate them. The whole point of eating a certain type of diet is to minimize stimulation so they can be more present with their body, more present with themselves, more present with the world, more present in their environment. Okay, so as we start to change our perception through our thoughts, like the way we think and we see life, our internal body is going to shift and heal. And that's how we shift from a poor health to a vibrant health. Even if you were already thinking you're in a vibrant health, you can upgrade it even further. Okay? So sometimes we have patients who come in for wellness care. As we start adjusting their spine, they even feel better than where they are because they didn't know there's more potential for them. Does that make sense? It's like me telling you, let's say you thought you can only do this amount of, I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say you only knew how to reach by running to 2 kilometers in 10 minutes, right? I'm just giving it as like a scenario. And then I tell you, you know what? You can do 10 kilometers in 10 minutes, right? And you're like, is that really possible? Yeah, it's possible. And then I give you an example. Maybe I show you someone else who's done it. Or if I myself have done it, I will show that, reveal that to you. So that's how it works with your healing at the level where because you might think this is where you can only reach, but you don't realize you can reach further. Okay? In order to reach further, you have to have a certain awareness. And how do we get to that awareness is by having someone to help you and guide you, like a coach. Okay? And sometimes, if not a coach, through self-help books, courses, and stuff like that can help you to transform and reach to a certain level. Sometimes we read books, we take courses, we feel like we're still stuck because we only see what we can see, until your coach can and shows you, no, you can do better, right? And this is where my role is, where I help you to kind of guide you and see where you're stuck, and so you can get to another whole level in terms of your thoughts and remove that. I don't want to call it negative thoughts, because the level you might reach at, it might be a thought. It might, okay, so let's say I'm thinking very prosperous, but this is a non-prosperous thought, right? So now my prosperity expands further, and this non-prosperous thought might be something more closer to that, but it's still non-prosperous relative to prosperity as it expands, right? So different levels of expansion may reveal to you other levels of non-prosperous thoughts. I don't want to use the word negative thoughts, because sometimes it's not a negative thought, it's just a lower thought than that thought. Does that make sense? Okay. So as we expand our vibration, as we expand our nervous system and rewire that nervous system, our body will start to transform into the level that you desire. Okay. So there is a lot more to talk about this, but I hope this one's going to help you to see the world in a whole new level, and start taking action, and start in terms of action. So what I mean by action is, be aware of your thoughts, write them down, see how you talk to yourself every day, and see how you talk to others. And if you're one of those who has done this work already, you can fine tune it. I'm still fine tuning. It's actually fun. There's a lot of layers that a lot of crap, I call it, that we talk to ourselves that doesn't serve us. At the level I am, there are layers I've recognized that I want to shift and I want to grow out of it. Okay, so you never, like, I want you to see also this way, you're never behind. Wherever you are, start from there, and don't rush the process, because rushing creates a resistant energy. But go one at a time and integrate that, acknowledge the thought, and start saying an abundant version of that. So you can always ask yourself, like, okay, if you say something lower, you can say, what's a higher way of talking to myself, right? And then maybe you have an interaction with your children or your partner, and if you notice the interaction is not abundant, then you can create a higher way of conversation, a better way of conversation. And that takes practice. The best way, I would say, is, if you want to practice in front of a mirror. And you can hear yourself talk out loud. At the beginning, it's going to feel very uncomfortable. You might feel like a little icky, but because you're not used to doing it. If you've been doing this, amazing. Just work on it. And there's different levels. And so if you have never done it, yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's like you're facing yourself. You're facing your inner demon. You're facing your own little limitations you have, and you're outgrowing that. Okay, so let's go back to that. Really, before I end this video, I want to really share really quickly examples of my patients who think they're doing the work, but they're not doing the work. Who think they're trying hard to speak to themselves in a whole new level and shift their mindsets. They're not doing it. How do I know that? They just say it, I have to do this, but they don't take a moment and sit down and really process the energy. You can read a book on positive talk. You can read a spiritual book that's all positive, but if you don't take a moment and really sit with it and take it in and ask questions about it and ask how to improve about it, that is going to really do the work for you. If you just read it just because you have to read through it because I told you so, that is not going to make a difference. And that's what I see in most of my clients. So all I do is make them aware that they're doing that. And for some of them, it's hard to receive that information because they're not ready to receive it. And sometimes I kind of give them some time to and make them aware when they're ready. Okay, so when I'm talking about when I talk about this is that you got to be hyper aware. It doesn't mean you have to constantly be aware of yourself, but I mean like in terms of where is your thought at this moment? When you're cooking, where is your mind? When you're working, where's your mind? When you're reading, where's your mind? When you're doing the things that you always do, the same repetition, during that time, where is your mind? Are you thinking about something that's not relevant to that situation? Your thought is already away from you. If you're with yourself in the moment, with your body, in this heart, in the solar plexus, you're in your body, you're present. That's when you truly heal your body and transform it. Okay? So thank you for watching this video. We'll see you back on your next one. And don't forget to like subscribe to the page and like the page. And don't forget also to leave comments and ask questions. I'm always more than welcome to answer your questions. And thank you very much.